Good morning. This is Jesse Rosales. One way to a healthy heart. I want to share my story. Um, Basically, about 6 weeks ago, right now, I was in a hospital and I went in with a little flush to my neck. And my wife is an RN and said, "Go check it out." Saw a doctor at the clinic and said to me that I should go to a hospital and check it out. So I did. 6 weeks ago, spent 4 days in a hospital. I'll make this long story short. The reason I want to share this, first of all, is to help others that are walking my path or similar path or have similar experiences. I'd like you guys to share with me. If you may, in my link, you can comment section, please. I'm here to help, but I want to share this because I hope that if this happens to you or will happen to you in the future, there is other options than just surgery or medications. And I'm not saying anybody not to proceed with any of those options. I just chose a different path, and I'm walking guinea pig, but I feel confident I'm doing the right thing. I believe God instilled something in me that makes me a fighter, and I want to just help others. But basically, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with a quadruple bypass scenario. I was in the hospital, was confused, couldn't believe it. Just from a little flare up in my neck, just a little tingling that I had 10 minutes after exerting myself. So ended up spend 4 days in the hospital telling me I had to have bypass surgery. I had 95, 92, 80% and 100% blockage in one of my arteries. Keep in mind, I don't take any medications. The last 10 years, I've worked out 3-4 times a week. On an average, I ate kale and spinach smoothies, a little bit of fruit, 3, 4, 5 times a day at work, at home. I have a NutriBullet, free plug-in for them. Excellent way of making juices, but it didn't work. They told me it was my genetics. So what happened to me is when I left the hospital, scheduled to have the bypass surgery, and in a week from the time I left the hospital. And the only reason they did that was just because I had some work done that or tests done that basically should die, and kidneys and livers can be affected if I had that surgery too quick. But thank God that happened, because after I left the hospital, my wife and I started doing research on the internet, and thank God there's a lot of information out there. But I also, 10 years ago, I saw a movie that enlightened me about eating healthy, plant-based. Just the name of the movie is Fork Over Knife. Encourage everybody to, if you have an opportunity to watch that, please watch. That's the first documentary movie that really enlightened me to what eating does to you, eating plant-based 100%. So being that I saw that movie 10 years ago, I was eating moderately bad. In other words, I might eat something with meat, or maybe once or twice a week, if that. Sometimes I go months without it. But it goes to show you that if you don't do it 100% correctly, diseases will come up to your doorstep. And when that happens, it wakes you up. So I basically went and we dialed the wellness center in Cleveland Clinic. So my cardio issue, they're well known for cardio treatments. And there's a doctor there, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, which I highly recommend anybody that has heart issues to go and go to his dresselton.com. That's dresselton.com, and look at his videos and try to set up an appointment to visit him up in the Cleveland Clinic. He has a assistant called Jackie Fry who's taking in the calls and setting up appointments if you like to visit him. But anyhow, I called the Wellness Center. Within a day, he called me back. Dr. Esselstyn himself. Keep in mind, he's 80 or plus. I don't know exactly how old he is. But he spent 45 minutes with me. I explained. My wife and I were sitting next to me and explained to him my scenario. And he said that, he said to me, Jesse, you don't have to have the surgery. All you have to do is eat 100% plant-based, no oil. Anything with oil you cannot eat, even olive oil. For years I thought olive oil was really healthy. Mediterranean diet will have oils, nuts, avocado, none of that. He said if I had a base diet, his diet, and he told me, get my book, read it, it'll explain it even in detail, and you'll know what you're doing. But he spent 45 minutes of his time explaining to me. Obviously, 100% blockage in one artery. I'm surprised I'm not dead. I think, I know that God's grace is the only reason why I'm here. But I'm also here to share this message and help many, many others. What happened to me is happening every day. The number one killer in the United States is cardio disease, heart attacks. And not to mention there's diabetes and cancer, a whole bunch of diseases out there that can be cured with a plant-based diet. If not cured, pretty much stopped or improved your symptoms, eliminating the bad symptoms. But I sincerely believe that if you have issues, your diet is 100% is proven. Dr. Esselstyn explained to us that by eating correct, you're helping your body feed its nutrients or using the nutrients that you're feeding it to improve your immune system, overall health. So this is just the first of many videos that I'm going to do. I hope this message resonates in you guys, because that's why I'm doing it. I'm living the message. 6 weeks ago, scared to death, thinking I'm going to change my life to having a radical surgery that changes my life for years to come. And by having that surgery, you can say, okay, I extend my life. But also, the things that I personally didn't like was that I didn't like the idea that you pull my heart out, stop it, take veins from my legs, attach it, and make a life with medicine the rest of my life, and pretty much not guarantee it, it's not going to happen again, which in fact it does. If you have cardio disease, you're having a bypass surgery. Having a bypass surgery, it's not going to fix the problem. All it does is you're putting a band-aid on what the issue is. The issue is the diet. It's not genes, it's the diet. You change the diet, pretty much everything else falls into place. So what I'm trying to get at, folks, you have options. When I was in the hospital, I was highly upset. There was no option given to me saying, all right, Jesse, I'm a doctor, 99.9%, it's going to improve your life, which is what they tell you. They don't tell you it's 2 or 3% chance of dying, not to mention strokes afterwards, reoccurrence. The veins that they put in you can go bad within months, if not a couple years, or in some cases they do last 10 years or more, but majority of times it can be less than a year. I even asked my cardiologist, he agreed with me, but none of that was shared. And so I'm doing this, so hopefully this platform will help many, many others. I was in the Cleveland Clinic. I went to Dr. Esselstyn's program. It's a whole day event, and they teach you how easy it is to cook, and it's very delicious. I've been eating phenomenally well in the last 6 weeks, actually better than I've ever thought I could eat. My wife and daughter jumped in the program. We cleaned out our cabinets. Nothing with sugar, folks. Nothing with enriched flour. Okay. I can eat 100% whole grain, but nothing with oil, no avocado, no nuts, and let me see what else that comes to mind. But anyhow, that's pretty much my diet. Consists of kale, spinach, multitude of different salads and greens, and boil them. A lot of seasoning. Dr. Esselstyn's program says you can add balsamic vinaigrette in all your salads, which he recommends a place called the Olive Tab out of Medina, Ohio, that have phenomenal premium vinegars with different flavors. We bought 2 cases of those individual bottles, and for us it's been just phenomenal by adding a little vinegar to whatever salads that we make, or even particular veggie burgers that if you want to have a flavor of meat, they got a hickory. On ice cream, we don't put ice cream, we get frozen bananas and cherries, and we put a little, they got a vinegar that's it's chocolate vinegar. It tastes just like chocolate. Phenomenal. What I'm trying to say, there's other alternatives out there. There's frozen fruits, there's frozen veggies that you can steam up, put it with pasta, or put it with tomato sauce, make your own homemade potato from canned tomatoes. Just so many things that people are not aware of, that I wasn't aware of. So I'll be posting some more videos sharing my ideas, but all I'm saying, folks, there's other options out there. I also want to let you know that there's a lot of documentary films that's been done within the last 10 years. I'll mention Over City, the first one. I'm a big believer that kind of explains everything. It's Fork Over Knives, and that's been out a while. I've watched it several times. But there's movies like Food Inc., Food Matters, What the Health. We recently seen, and many others that don't come to mind, the Juicing movie as well. But also fasting, folks. Fasting has, in recent, last, I would say, couple years or so, they have done not only with lab animals, but with humans, that showing that fasting, you can fast 12 hours, 18 hours, 23 hours. You can fast 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. You can go up to 40 days. There's with obviously supervision and with some people that are watching you, because just going on a fast that you decide to do can be very hazardous and dangerous. So please, if you're going to start doing fasting, do research, watch documentary, call hospitals. They're great. Out of California, there's a really big company that's involved with fasting, and they go up to 40-day of water fasting. It's called True North. I can Google it, research it. But fasting can cure or reset the body as well. Whatever, depending on what your program. If it's diabetes that you're on, taking diabetes or high blood pressure medicine, you can pretty much, depending on your symptom, use fasting as a tool to recalibrate your body, reset your body, and let your body heal itself. Anyhow, this is Jesse Rosales. That's my name, Western Pennsylvania, and I hope this message that I share will help as many as I can. You'll be seeing me again. So God bless. God is good all the time, no matter what happens. No matter what happens to you, right? There's a reason. And maybe the reason was self-imposed. But if you're still up and around and you're breathing, you're walking, it wasn't your time. And I sincerely believe that. God is very merciful, very good. Number one symptom of heart disease or heart problem is death. I've been blessed that I wasn't one of them. But I am very aware now of what diet does. It woke me up, and it's up to us to share that. People like me, they're going through challenges, whatever disease it is, if it's cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, multiple sclerosis. I mean, there is a alternative way of treating these diseases. Don't get me wrong. I believe medication can help. In most cases, critical, drastic, that you're going to die. But to live on medicine for the rest of your life, saying that not giving a option for trying a better diet to see if it's better. I can tell you, my cholesterol when I was in the hospital 6 weeks ago was 265. My weight was 231. I'm a little bit under 6 feet, like 5'11 and a half. After 3 weeks of this diet that Dr. Esselstyn suggested for me to do, 3 weeks, folks, with no medication, my cholesterol went down from 265 to 186. To me, that's amazing, because reading up on what these statins will do, I mean, it can take months and they can only drop 20, 30, maybe 40. But to drop over 80 points in just 3 weeks with no medication was amazing, just by doing diet. No side effects. I feel phenomenal. I've lost about 25 pounds so far in 6 weeks. So I am blessed and I'm motivated. Jesse Rosales, watch for my blog. You're going to be seeing a book that I'm currently writing just to help others. So it's called One Way to a Healthy Heart. Keep a lookout and watch these videos. They're coming at you. God bless you.